Welcome to Instant Updates Desk. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. In a stunning move, the Philippines has abruptly halted all new weapons purchases from Israel, ending a once thriving military partnership. The Department of National Defense confirmed that all ongoing negotiations and future acquisitions with Israeli defense firms are suspended indefinitely. This marks a major realignment in the Philippines' defense strategy, forcing the government to seek new partners for its modernization goals. The decision follows years of mounting frustration over persistent delivery delays and technical defects in Israeli-supplied equipment, including media. Frustrated military officers examining documents, Philippine soldiers inspecting damaged equipment, drones, armored vehicles, and the flagship Sabra light tanks. These issues have wasted valuable resources and raised doubts about the reliability of Israeli hardware. Once celebrated as a cornerstone of the AFP's modernization, the partnership has soured amid unmet promises and underperformance. Manila's halt is more than a contractual dispute, it's a clear statement. The Philippines will no longer accept subpar performance regardless of a supplier's reputation. The AFP now faces the urgent task of finding replacements for key military assets, especially as it enters the critical Horizon 3 modernization phase. With Israeli options off the table, the Philippines must quickly identify alternative suppliers for media, defense procurement meeting with international delegates, military procurement documents being reviewed, tanks, missile systems, and patrol craft. This pivot is about more than hardware. It's about finding strategic partners aligned with the Philippines' security interests, especially in the contested West Philippine Sea. The nation stands at a crossroads, and the choices made now will shape its defense capabilities for decades. The world is watching as Manila redefines its security future. The Philippines-Israel defense relationship wasn't always fraught with problems. Over the past decade, it became one of Manila's most significant military partnerships, accelerating as the Philippines sought to modernize its aging arsenal. Israel offered advanced, battle-proven technology without the political strings of Western suppliers, leading to landmark agreements and deepening trust. Israeli giants like Elbit Systems and Israel Aerospace Industries supplied armored vehicles, drones, and advanced munitions, transforming the AFP's capabilities. Technology transfer was a key promise, with deals framed as collaborations to help the Philippines develop its own defense industry. The highlight was the Sabra light tank project, hailed as a game-changer for the Philippine Army. Israel quickly became the Philippines' #2 defense supplier, second only to the United States. For a time, the partnership seemed unbreakable, a model of modern defense cooperation. Few could have predicted how quickly this golden era would unravel. Optimism faded as serious problems emerged in high-profile contracts. Chronic delivery delays plagued projects like the Sabra light tanks and Hermes 900 drones, leaving critical gaps in the AFP's readiness. Equipment that did arrive often suffered from technical defects. Sabra tanks faced integration issues, and armored personnel carriers struggled with local terrain. Drones, vital for maritime surveillance, failed to meet performance specs, hampering the AFP's ability to monitor its exclusive economic zone. These setbacks undermined the very purpose of modernization and eroded trust in Israeli suppliers. The promise of state-of-the-art technology gave way to frustration over unreliable equipment and missed deadlines. Confidence in Israeli defense products collapsed, replaced by skepticism and disappointment. The government's decision to halt new purchases is rooted in this erosion of trust. The Philippines learned a hard lesson. Reputation alone isn't enough. Performance is what counts. Contracts must be enforced and suppliers held accountable. The era of blind faith in foreign partners is over. Technical issues were only part of the problem. Strategic disappointment ran deeper. As tensions rose in the West Philippine Sea, the Philippines looked to its partners for support. While allies like the US, Japan, and Australia spoke out, Israel remained silent, despite benefiting from billions in arms sales. This silence signaled that Israel viewed the partnership as purely transactional, unwilling to invest politically in the Philippines' security. The contrast with other partners was stark, especially as ASEAN neighbors rallied for regional solidarity. The AFP began to question relying on a supplier that wouldn't even acknowledge its core security concerns. Ultimately, the lack of strategic alignment proved decisive. Technical problems might have been fixable, but the absence of political support was a deal-breaker. Manila realized it needed partners who shared its values and were willing to stand together in times of crisis. In response, the Philippines is pivoting its defense procurement strategy. The focus now is on finding partners who offer both capable hardware and a genuine commitment to regional security. The Department of National Defense is exploring options from countries like South Korea, Turkey, and Sweden. South Korea has already proven reliable, delivering fighter jets and frigates on time and on budget. Turkish firms offer competitive drone technology, while Sweden brings advanced systems and a track record of dependability. Most importantly, Manila is strengthening ties within Southeast Asia, recognizing the value of partnerships with ASEAN neighbors. Collaborating with countries like Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam offers shared training, logistics, and greater interoperability. This regional focus marks a maturation of Philippine defense policy, moving from transactional deals to building true alliances. The disappointment with Israel has become a catalyst for change. Manila is no longer just shopping for weapons, it's building a network of reliable friends. Indonesia is quickly emerging as a top contender to fill the void left by Israel. As ASEAN's largest nation and a rising defense producer, Indonesia offers both strategic alignment and practical solutions. The two countries share similar geography and security challenges, making cooperation a natural fit. Indonesia's PT Pindad manufactures the Harimau medium tank. Lighter, more agile, and ideal for the Philippines' terrain. The Anoa armored personnel carrier, amphibious and battle-tested, is another strong candidate for the AFP. Sourcing from Indonesia would boost interoperability and signal ASEAN solidarity. Beyond hardware, Indonesia is open to technology transfer and co-production, supporting the Philippines' long-term goal of defense self-reliance. A partnership with Indonesia is more than a procurement deal. It's a statement of regional unity. It reduces dependence on distant suppliers and builds a foundation for sustainable security. By looking to its closest maritime neighbor, the Philippines can create a resilient, future-ready defense partnership. The shift southward marks a new chapter in Philippine security. The failed Israeli partnership exposed deep flaws in the Philippines' procurement system. Major reforms are now essential. Progress-based payment schedules should replace large upfront payments, tying disbursements to clear milestones. Strict automatic penalties for late deliveries must be enforced to hold suppliers accountable. Comprehensive pre-shipment inspections by AFP experts will ensure equipment meets contract specs before leaving the factory. These steps protect public funds and prevent post-delivery disappointments. Technology transfer must become a core, measurable requirement in all contracts, not just a buzzword. Agreements should mandate training, local assembly, and intellectual property licensing to empower the local industry. Procurement must shift from simple buying to strategic investment in long-term self-reliance. True security can't be imported, it must be built at home. The recent crisis highlights the urgent need for a robust local defense industry. A strong domestic base reduces vulnerability to foreign suppliers and creates high-skilled jobs. The government must become a strategic investor, supporting local firms with grants, tax incentives, and local content requirements. The Self-Reliant Defense Posture Program needs real funding and political will to succeed. Transparent, performance-based procurement will foster a healthy industry and attract both local and foreign investment. Private sector involvement is critical. Government, business, and academia must collaborate to drive innovation. Focus areas include shipbuilding, unmanned systems, and cybersecurity. Building a defense industry is a marathon, but it's essential for long-term security. The journey to self-reliance starts now. The fallout from the Israeli deals signals a turning point for Philippine security. The future lies in resilient, independent policy and robust regional partnerships. By deepening ties with ASEAN neighbors, the Philippines can build a network of mutual support and collective deterrence. Diversification is key. No more over-reliance on any single supplier or ally. Strategic autonomy allows Manila to act in its own interests, not at the whim of distant partners. The goal: a credible, self-reliant defense posture integrated with the region. Imagine Philippine ships equipped with Indonesian systems, patrolling alongside Vietnamese vessels, a vision of true regional security. The decision to halt Israeli purchases is a sign of maturity and resolve. This crisis is an opportunity to reform, invest, and build lasting alliances. By embracing regional cooperation and self-reliance, the Philippines can secure its future as a strong, sovereign nation.